Live, on air, online, and on ground. Live music, promos, games, segments, prizes, sports, concerts, events, happenings in and around the city. We are there with you to experience it all.
Qabayan Radio 94.3.
You're listening to Qabayan Radio 94.3 FM.
Hello Qabayans, we are very privileged to have this moment. Kasama po natin ngayon ang Indian Ambassador to Qatar. We've got His Excellency Ambassador P. Kumaran, sir. It is a pleasure to have you on cam on Qabayan Radio.
Wonderful to meet you.
We're very happy that we got to meet you here, and it's a pleasure for us as well. His Excellency, sir, please. I'm sure you're very happy about the turnout of this project. And again, congratulations on Qatar-India Year of Culture 2019. Can you tell us a few words about this project, just so our viewers would know what it is about?
Well, as you know, for the whole year, we've done about 40 events as part of the India-Qatar Year of Culture. A number of dance performances, musical performances, exhibitions, calligraphy, and all kinds of things.
Very busy.
It's been a busy year, yes. But it all makes us very happy to see the kind of response we have during the course of the year. This is one such exercise which brings together young Indian and Qatari photographers. They were sent to a very, very unusual part of India, one of the places with extremely high altitude, I think above 14,000 feet on an average.
I heard from the photographers themselves.
Very cold place, even in the peak of summer. And the landscape is amazing. The air density is very low, so you need to accustom yourself before you start running around. Otherwise, you can have breathlessness and face all kinds of difficulties. But the kind of photographs they've brought with them is truly fascinating. It brings a flavor of the place, and I'm very, very happy that as they did all this, they enjoyed themselves, and it has ignited in them a curiosity to go back and explore India more.
So we've spoken to the photographers themselves, and we asked a little bit about their experience going to the place that you're describing is Ladakh.
Yes.
The region of Ladakh.
Yes.
And if there's one word that keeps resonating, keeps coming up, is that it's surreal, and it's magnificent, and it's almost out of this world. And they said they want to come back. They even recommended that our viewers, our Qabayans, to come and visit the region of Ladakh. Is there a particular reason why you think this is the perfect place to be exploring or to be conveying a message about the Indian culture?
You know, Indian culture is extremely rich and varied. The kind of diversity that you see in India is probably unparalleled anywhere else in the world. There are many things to see about India. Ladakh offers one interesting facet of India. And if you explore a lot of other parts of India, there are many interesting things to see. This place is different because of the kind of landscape and the beautiful sceneries it offers, the kind of pure mountain air that you get to breathe, the kind of wonderful sceneries that you get to see. That makes Ladakh very unique. It also is a very important a part of India through which Buddhism spread from India to China. Soon after the time of the founder of Buddhism, Gautama Buddha, and the kind of monasteries that you see, the kind of typically Buddhist landscapes that you see is also very unique. It's a part of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, which has still a Buddhist legacy as a part of its culture. So it is a very, very fascinating part of India's culture. But it's a small fraction of India's culture, and there is much more to Indian culture than what you see in Ladakh.
Now, I'm sure I can very well see that you're delighted and you're happy with what you've seen in the photographs so far. Would you want to invite our Filipino viewers too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, to visit India sometime soon, please.
I would very much welcome Filipino visitors to Ladakh and indeed to other parts of India. I was just mentioning as I spoke to the guests here that India and Qatar share many, many centuries of links. But each time young Qataris go there, it makes us all very happy because they come back discovering a new facet of Indian culture. It's like old friends discovering new aspects of their personalities and thus contributing to even closer friendships between the two countries. So it is something that really makes me happy as the Indian ambassador here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
His
Thank
Excellency.
you. Really wonderful meeting
Sir,
you,
yes,
and I
of
hope you
course.
get a chance to visit India
Yes, sir.
and Ladakh.
Yes, in the near future. Yeah.
Near
Thank you so
future.
much, sir,
Thank you.
and we hope to see you again.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
and all the best to you. Thank you.
Talking to Aisha Al Sadah, and she's from Qatar. She's one of the photographers representing Qatar who went to India. And again, this is all in line with the Qatar-India Year of Culture 2019. And right behind us, Qabayan, makikita niyo po, ito po ang kanyang photograph. And as you know, ang layunin po ng project na ito is ipakita po ng Qatar Museum but through the lens of the photographers kung ano pong naging experience nila when they, as locals of Qatar, went to India. And we're all, of course, seeing the culture and the life of the people through the lens of the photographers. And that's what we're doing here today. So, Aisha, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Nice to have you here on Qabayan
Nice
Radio.
to meet you too.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your photograph here. It's called Village Over the Mountains.
Yeah.
I heard that this place is quite sacred. That's
Yeah.
where people go to pray.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about it?
Really, it's very quiet there because in the top there is a temple.
Yeah.
Okay, and all the people they go here for the pray, and if you see this one, they burn the people when they die, and they put the ashes here, and all the time they come here for the pray. If you come here, you will see how it's very quiet.
Right.
The people there very peaceful.
Yeah.
And when you come here, you should wear sneakers because it's very high.
I can imagine.
and you cannot go up with the car. We walk from here until there, until
up to the very top.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the top, and it's amazing. By the way, it's amazing. Really.
Can you tell me a little bit about the writings? I noticed that there are some writings on the rocks.
Yeah.
Did they tell you what those are for?
Yeah, this is all for brain.
Okay.
They write all this in the source for the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've met a lot of the villagers, the Tibetans.
Yeah.
How was your experience like, like mingling with them, knowing their story?
Yeah, they are, very peaceful. But here there's a fun story I will tell you. There's a small kids.
Yeah.
He was boy, and when I take a pictures, he come around me all the time, and he see how I hold the cameras, and he tell me it's very huge. How you hold it? Can I hold it? All the time he tell me, can I hold it? I tell him it's okay, you can hold it, and he take the cameras, and he try to take pictures for me, but he cannot take the pictures because he didn't know how to take the pictures. Yeah, but it's very fun boy, and I take a selfie with him. Until now, when I see these pictures, I remember him, how he come with me all the time, and I go up and he come with me.
Oh,
Until
wow.
Ab, yeah. It's a very fun story.
That's a great story, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you have a lot more of those stories
Yeah.
going on this project. And you know what? I can't help but notice that out of the 4 photographers, 2 of them, of course, representing Qatar, went to India, and then our Qatar-based Indian photographers did photograph
Yeah.
Qatar. You are the only woman.
Yeah.
And how does it feel like? I mean, to be the only woman in the group
I
of 4.
Really, I feel proud about that because I am only the woman. I go there. It's difficult for the woman, by the way, because every place we go it's very difficult. You should to walk and some dust there,
Yes,
some
of course.
the women's all the time they want the etiquette
Yeah,
and
of
there's no
course.
etiquette there. All
I
the
can
time.
only imagine.
Yeah, we go place it's not clean and they should to eat. The men they don't have problem, but the women all the time they have
to
a
rough it out.
Yeah, but I take experience about that because I am only the woman, and I go there and I try it. I recommend for the woman go there. It's very easy when you go there and try everything. It's very what's called it?
Was it a learning experience for you?
Yeah. For me, I get good experience really. Yeah.
What would you tell female photographers like yourself? What would you tell them right now? Like if they want to be in your position, maybe in a year or 2, and be part of a project such as this, what would be your advice?
I advise them try. When you try and you see the results, you feel proud. Yeah. Thank you.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, really, I feel proud myself because when I go, I afraid. I am alone, and I feel maybe not now, maybe later, maybe next year I will go.
Keep putting it off.
Yeah, but when I go and try and see how the difficult, then I see what's the difficult. Everything gets easy when I go there. When I try, when I take the photo, and I see how the difficult it's come easy. And everything gets changed, and
I think you just have to take it a day at a time. We're so
yeah.
proud of you.
Thank
and
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time speaking with us. And
Thank
of course,
you.
This is not only this is just one of your photographs. Right? How many other photographs do you have here in the gallery?
I have here 11.
11 photographs.
Yeah, 11.
And we're going to surely check those out.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Aisha.
You're welcome.
Salamat. Salamat. We had so much fun speaking to this wonderful woman. And keep it up. You empower us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And as you know, meron po tayong 4 photographers. 2 of them are from Qatar, and they journeyed to India para po ma-photograph ang kanilang lifestyle at ang kanilang experience being part of this project. And then 2 of the other photographers are based here in Qatar and of Indian descent. At kasama po natin ngayon ang isa po sa kanila. He is Mr. Salim Abdulla. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. How nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again. Nice to chat with you now on cam. Now, Salim, you must be proud to be a part of a project like this one. How does it feel being part of this four group of photographers?
Well, it's been a hard effort. Since I started photography at the age of young age. But since 2006, I was in a photography capture.
Yes.
And I'm pleased that I could display some of my works here, and fortunate that I've been selected by the Qatar Museum Authority to represent some of the best photographs that I've captured in my life here in Qatar.
To those who are curious about your experience and the journey to get to this point, how did you become a part of this project with Qatar Museum?
Well, they usually had an exchange program, a Qatar-India exchange program, as a part of the Qatar-India Culture of the Year.
Right.
So we had to submit some portfolio as well as our works representing from Qatar. So the Indian expatriates staying in Qatar had to represent a good portfolio representing all the photos about Qatar based on the theme of people, lifestyle, or street photography.
Right.
So and after a certain selection procedure, I was informed that I was selected to be one of the 2 Indian photographers residing in Qatar to display the work.
As an expatriate in Qatar, how did it feel to be representing your country on one hand, but also having that responsibility now to share the culture and the life of Qatar through your lens? Because a lot of people will be seeing your work. And was there any pressure on you, or did you have to like look at a certain angle and how you will present the photographs?
Well, it was not a pressure from my side because since I had been photographing at a very early stage.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, how do you meet their criteria?
Right.
How do you?
Standards.
The difficult part is, as a photographer, is which photo is your best.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. How many photographs, if you can recall, did you actually take as part of this project?
For this for this exchange program, I had submitted selected about 50, out of which I had submitted about 30 pictures.
Right.
And some of them are being exhibited here, and some other will be exhibited in mid-December in New Delhi,
Right.
in India.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right. You are on a roll here with all of your work, and we're very proud of you. And again, congratulations to the young aspiring photographers out there, because you said that you started really young as a photographer, aside from having the eye for visuals, for the visual arts.
Okay.
And starting at a young age, what would you advise those who would like to be in your place, like years from now?
Okay, but my basics, like I have started as a painter, so definitely it's part of art, and photography is part of art.
Yeah.
So my advice to all young photographers is keep on clicking and working hard. Eventually your efforts will pay off one day. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure speaking with you.
You too.
I got now Ajeesh Puthiyadath, and he's from India.
Yeah.
And you're one of the expatriates who are also photographers chosen to represent not only your country, but also present the life and, of course, the culture of Qatar through your lens.
Yeah.
How are you, and how does it feel being here now, being selected?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How was the experience like?
Actually, to be very frank, it's only after coming to Qatar I started having that much craze on photography.
Right.
Because in India, I was just, holding lights for my photography friends.
Wow. You started with humble beginnings.
Yeah. So then I come here. In the beginning, I didn't have a driving license,
Right.
so I cannot go outside.
Right.
So after 1 year, I got license.
Yeah.
So I went back to India, got my camera, and came back. Then I always keep a camera in my bag.
That's when all the adventures started.
Yeah, actually, I love to capture street moments. I don't shoot anything else. I mean, like I don't go for fashion. I don't go for nothing. I love streets, and what I get a moment, I would love to capture it.
Right.
So I always keep a camera in my hand. So whenever I see something good, I take it.
This is also evident in your work, which are the ones behind us. Is it kind of like inspired by your love for street photography?
Actually, I would love to say that shot.
Yeah.
This year, in the beginning, I thought like I need to do something creative. So I started making myself going for a project. It's like there are 50 weeks. When I started to finish the 2019, there were 50 weeks, 50 weeks.
Okay.
So I set my mind like every week I'll take one picture.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take one best picture.
Right.
So shooting thousands of pictures doesn't matter. I need one best picture in a week.
Yeah.
So there I started that shot.
So this is a collection of your 50-week project.
Yes.
That is insane.
These are just 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are just 12 of the ones that are in your personal collection, so to speak.
Yes, yeah.
And what was your inspiration? There's so many places to explore here in Qatar, and I see that you like the Corniche. I also see
Souk.
Fanar, the souk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, when I started photography, my teachers told me it's not a small thing. You need to learn. You need to learn every day. You need to keep shooting every day. So he told me, take your camera, go to Souk Waqif.
Right.
You can say it's the university for photography, because you can say university
University
for
for photography.
if you want to learn,
Sukwaki.
if you want to learn photos, go in the morning. The light comes and goes differently.
I know.
The shades.
Been there in the
Yeah,
morning too.
yeah. The light comes, the shades.
Yeah.
When somebody pass by through the lights, you'll get some amazing shots.
Right.
There is one shot with a blue man. The caption is like blue man.
man.
Yeah. There was light from behind, light from the front, and this guy was passing by.
Right.
So he was in a blue costume.
Yeah.
And I got the light. Actually, I learned from Souk Waqif.
Wow. And I mean, how else can you convey that message if not for starting with one of the best, best places in Qatar
Yeah.
and widely visited too, Souk Waqif. Yeah.
Because Friday is the only day we get. Somebody have Saturday working, not
Right.
working.
True.
So we set our mind.
Yeah.
Every Friday, whatever happens, morning we will meet in Souk Waqif.
Yeah. Right.
So my teachers, they came before, they just left. They used to tell me, shoot more.
Right.
Whenever you feel like this is a moment you want to capture,
Just go ahead and
just
do
go
it.
ahead, do it.
So you've come far from like you said, your humble beginnings, holding the
Yeah.
light for your friends who are
Yeah.
photographers themselves
Yeah.
back in India.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you would like to thank for contributing to how you've come up with your
Yeah.
skills now and now representing Qatar Museum with all the work that you have here?
Actually, I really would love to thank my girlfriend. Actually,
Really?
to be very frank, I have no idea what to shoot. When I started photography, I was like, I'll take portraits or I'll go for landscape
Yeah.
or I'll go for food. I was really confused.
Yeah,
Then she told me, she's a dancer, professional dancer in India.
in the arts too.
So she told me, a portrait you can take it tomorrow and day after tomorrow with the same light, same frame.
Yes.
And landscape, it will be there tomorrow.
The mountains are going to be there still.
Yeah, they're still. Food you can settle anytime. Anytime you can keep arrange it and shoot it. Go for street. Today you take it, tomorrow it will not be there.
It's a fleeting moment.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I
So
totally see
she
that.
pushed me that.
Yeah.
So first I told her I don't find anything in Qatar.
Yeah.
It's quite empty. There is no life here.
Yeah.
It's too hot. When we
Yeah.
go out, it's too hot.
Yeah.
She said keep your camera with you. When you feel good, take a shot.
You will see something.
Actually, that's the only thing why I'm here now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have shooting some food stuff,
Yeah.
portrait, fashion or something.
Right.
She's the only reason.
Yeah.
And my good teachers.
Yes, of course.
They are also photographers. We almost 8 people. 4 are my teachers. 4 are my friends, my company, my team.
Right.
Those 4 teachers. Whenever I take a photo, I put in the group, ask them how's it.
Yeah.
So almost 1 or 2 years, they always used to say this is not good, this is not good, there is a mistake, there are composition issues.
Yeah.
So first I was wherever I take a photo, they say negatives.
Right.
Actually, negative reviews are the best reviews
Yeah.
that pushes you.
And pushes you to be better.
Yeah. I really would like to thank first my girlfriend. Yeah. Actually, I still believe every success of a man, there is a woman. Behind every
I
success
agree
of a
with
man. Yeah. And then my teachers. Their negative reviews. Whenever I post a picture, their negative reviews push me to reach here.
Yeah, to become better.
I would like to mention their name. My girlfriend, she is Shruti. My teachers, Satish.
Yeah.
He's a great photographer. Actually, I really admire to be like him.
Right.
Ratish,
Yeah.
Shaji, Abhilash, Srikanth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharat,
Yeah.
Shanavas.
Yeah.
Because if I miss one name,
You guys rock.
Yeah.
If AJ misses anyone at all, apologies.
Yeah.
But he means well.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure chatting with you today,
you. Nice
AJ.
meeting you, yeah.
And great work here. And again, congratulations for
so
being part of this project.
thank you so much.
And this is a part of their project where we are exploring the culture and the life of the people from Qatar and also in India, captured through the lens of these 4 amazing photographers. And we've got one of them. We've got now Hamad Al Shamari, and it's so nice to be speaking
Thank
with you
you.
on cam this time.
Nice to speak to you.
And you've been very busy, you've been engaging,
Yeah.
of course, our guests here, asking about your work. But right now, I'd like to ask you in a nutshell, if you can take us or give us a background of this whole project, what it is. This is obviously with the Qatar Museum.
Yes.
And what is this event or this project all about?
All right. First of all, thank you for having me.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
I'm very pleased to show in your channel. For this trip, actually, it was all sponsored by Qatar Museums. Luckily, I do have an experience in India. I've traveled for India for 2 times.
Right.
And this time, Qatar Museums chose me and another photographer to go to India once again.
Yes.
So, and this time was for a particular area named Ladakh.
Ladakh.
It's in the northern area of India, and for me, it was. I'm never amazed by. I'm never like surprised by what I'm going to see in India because every time I go there, I experience something new.
Right.
So I said, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go to a 3rd time to India. That's nice. Previous 2 travels when I went to India, I went to the southern. Parts of India and in the middle. I went to Kerala and I went to Rajasthan. And both of them were very different and unique in their own ways.
Heard.
Kerala is more like the people there, the culture are more into the sea area. Even their colors, their traditions, their food, everything is related to the sea area.
Right.
But in Rajasthan, because it's up north a bit more, they're more like into the dunes area. Their clothing are different, their food is different, everything is different. So this time I said, why not to go to Ladakh? And I've heard a lot of photographers in particular saying that Ladakh is very special for a photographer to go there.
Why is that so? I mean, what makes this place special, aside from the fact that it is in the Himalayas?
Yes.
Which has an elevation of, I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, about 11,000 feet in altitude.
Actually, I will correct you with that because it's 12,800. It's 12,000.
I'm corrected.
It's 12,800. And I've always heard photographers talk about Ladakh, but I never knew why.
Right.
So this time I said, yeah, sure, why not? To go and experience by myself and see why people are, photographers in particular, why are they talking about this particular area? And when we got there, actually, we had very difficulties with height issues because it's very high altitude.
It's high because, aside from the fact that I heard it's a lot challenging to just even breathe.
Yes, exactly, because it's way above sea level.
Right.
The slightest move, the slightest walk you do, you feel like you've ran a marathon because the oxygen level is very low at very high altitudes. And also the weather there is very cold. It's not compared to, lower areas.
Right.
But there, some people actually had even asthma attacks because the oxygen level is very low and you need time to adjust.
To acclimatize, I think is the term for it.
Exactly. And as a photographer, you have to move around. You have carrying extra gear, 2 cameras and all of that. The thing about why people actually talk about Ladakh a lot, it's because it has very unique culture
and characteristics. I heard.
Yes, and the environment itself there is very unique in a way that there's a big variety in each society there. It's like you have one society that has like 4, 6, 10 maybe varieties in the same place, which is very
it's like
different.
A tapestry of culture and society
exactly.
within a society.
Exactly. Even when I first got there, as a photographer, I always ask certain questions. It's like how the people facial expressions. What do they look like? What's their height? Are they friendly to approach? What's the landscape like? Some questions you need to ask in order to make your job easier when you're taking photographs.
Of course.
And I noticed that there is no how do you say it?
Like it's never the same.
Yes.
For every single one of them.
Yes, exactly. Some people are more, their facial expressions are more into Tibetan people.
Right.
Some of them are more into Chinese. Some of them are most into Indians, which was it's a very difficult variety.
Yeah.
You know, when you need to show a culture, when you need to show
diversity and the uniqueness of each society.
yes,
as well.
exactly. You need to show the unique society. You need to show some aspects of this society.
What are the main challenges that stuck with you? Because I know this is an entirely different place from when you last visited India.
Yeah.
And like you said, there were so many questions, so many considerations to take into account. But what were the main challenges? Are they, in your experience, when you take photos, are they welcoming of you being around? Are they a little bit, you know what?
No.
We want our privacy sort of thing.
Yeah, in Ladakh, the area itself is not very open to tourists. So when we got there, luckily, some people were welcoming. That's fine because the country is still getting used to having tourists and having photographers in special, because a lot of societies that are closed down are not welcoming photographers in particular.
Right.
Some people will just not deal with photographers at all because they might have problems in showing their identity, showing their culture, the way they live, and everything. And some people actually would portray it as their being, the way they live,
their way of life.
Yes, their way of life. Yes. But luckily for us, we had a lot of friendly people to take photographs of, and most people we went to are welcoming. They're okay with being photographed. They're still opening to tourists. They're getting well accustomed to photographers being in Ladakh because Ladakh is being special. It's not the other way. Because a lot of people think that as a photographer, you're supposed to reflect bad images about the country. And that's I think that's
it's the other way around. You want to present
exactly. You want to present.
That can be learned about Ladakh.
Exactly.
But how long did you stay in this expedition, or how long did the expedition run for?
The whole trip was 12 days.
12 days.
12 days, yes.
Yeah.
And we went to.
How much equipment did you have to carry on you? Just to paint us a picture of what your regular day was like for 12 days.
Usually when I'm going to a photography trip, I carry 2 cameras.
2 cameras.
And a couple of lenses, 4 or 5 lenses. But in this trip, I only took 2 cameras and 4 lenses.
And we heard that you had to do a lot of hiking as well.
Yes. Actually, walking around there is hiking because it's very high altitude. You need to be very athletic in order to move around. But also climbing mountains and going to difficult areas to reach is very hard.
We're happy that you survived this trip. By the way.
Thank you. I'm happy to survive. So yeah, I'm happy. Also, my camera survived. Yes. Usually, I drop a camera.
Yes. You know what? We're happy that you took us through your journey, and I'm sure you have so many other stories to tell through your photographs, and you're going to be here.
Yes.
For the entirety of the event or the exhibition. And how long is this going to be?
The exhibition will be here until the 1st of January.
Okay.
So I'd be happy if anyone would come from your side. I'd be here to explain the stories behind the images. I'd be more than happy to share my experience there.
Right.
For me, it was a very unique experience being there. I would be more than happy to share it with.
You're going to be very busy telling your stories and showing everybody your work. And we could not be, pleased and happy to be speaking with you today. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you more in the future.
Inshallah. Thank you guys for presenting our exhibition. I really enjoyed your company. I hope that maybe we have a prolonged talk after this interview. And thank you again.
Thank you.
So there you have it, mga kabayan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Again, we'd like to invite you to come on over to Qatar Cultural Village. Ito po ay nasa Gallery 18. And this is a Qatar Museum event. It is where cultures meet, a photographic encounter between Qatar and India. This is all part of Qatar-India 2019 Year of Culture. So after having spoken and chatted with the 4 amazing photographers behind this project, naku, kami po ay maraming natutunan. Yung mga stories po nila of off their experience going to India and yung mga kasama po nating mga photographers na mga expatriates naman po, and how they interpreted and presented the culture and the life of the ones living here in Qatar. It's just amazing. So if you would like to see it for yourself, again, we'd like to invite you to come on over and magkita-kita po tayo again sa susunod. This has been Chloe for Qabayan Radio 94.3.
You like going on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube? We do too. Chat, share, and see latest updates on our social media. Take us wherever you go. Listen live via online streaming on www.qabayanfm.com 24/7. 24/7.
Qabayan Radio 94.3.